Social announced along the Nova Open 2023 the previews about new miniatures and new products that are going to be released, and they are really quite intriguing and interesting. So now we go to see the main article about this, and then all the specific one that has been released. I put the links in the description if you're interested about, so that you can search about them, at least for the first one, so that there is also the other links that you can have the referral. So we can see that there is here the releasing, there should be the streaming, but they will be added later. Here we can see the first announcement, and it's about the Warhammer 40k, the Space Marines. So we have about the Chaplain, new one, and the new sets about the Terminators. We have about the Assault Space Marines, but the Interceptor version with the Jum Packs. And we'll talk a bit about these ones, because I'm quite okay. There are, because they removed the previous ones, the firstborn ones, and it was obvious that there would be added these ones. We had new chaplains, lieutenants, and so on, obviously, and there are the new scouts, and we'll talk a bit about such models. They had the release about the new DawnBringer book 2, the Reign of the Brutes, and it's related about the destruction with the Ogors, so it will be, and also about the orcs, so it will be really quite a lot interesting about this, because there's been released also the new battletome about the orcs, so it will be really quite intriguing about this. About the IronJaws that I talked, so there is the release about the new battletome about the IronJaws, so the orcs, about the Age of Sigmar. Then we had this that it's about the new MK3 iron armors and the Dreadnought, so the version about the shooting for the Dreadnought of Horus Heresy, and the MK3. About this, it should be a sort of renewed of the armors about this that has been yet released. So I'm not so quite intrigued about such one, but there is something that is the box associated that could be really quite intriguing about. Then we had this that it was my refer about the Ogors, because there's been the release about these Warcry miniatures, and they are really quite amazing. And there are also some about the Cities of Sigmar, because there's been released right now the battletome, the new one about the Cities of Sigmar, and this could be a really great add-in to your models that are available about such. Then there is about the Blood Bowl, the vampire team. About this, I quite like the miniatures. There are a lot of potential ways for both the various miniatures and so on, and you could modify. Some of them are not so easy, but you can have a lot of fun about this, because they're anyway new miniatures, and sincerely, I never liked the previous team of the vampire, so for Bravo, so I'm really quite glad that has been renewed. I quite like them. Then there is about Warhammer Underworld Deathgorge with new models and new rules about, and this has a lot of quite intriguing ones if you're interested about, or some sprue that could be intriguing. And then we have about the Oldworld with this model. Sincerely, the model is nice, but when I say this, I thought about Lucrezia Belladonna, or anyway some sort of vampire with the chalice on the mount, because it's perfect for that one. And really, I like that there are photos that are making this much better than the painting would suggest from the other photos, official one, because there has been done quite a lot of really not great work about the photography, but it's really quite a nice one. And a model that I really load, sincerely, this is Fulgrim, and it's the Daemon version, the Prince Daemon version. And if you think about, I had to say that the old version, or better, the Primarch version of this Fulgrim, I never liked, because I don't appreciate it. But this version is amazing. We'll see it, because it's something that it's really quite worth, but we'll talk later. So now we have these ones available. We go to see about each of the article, and we make some idea about. So remember to write in the comment what you are interested about that has been presented on the Nova 2023, and what you are hoping that it's going to be released. So now we can go to see about such releasing. So we move to see about the Terminators of the Space Marines, and here we can see quite a lot of things. About the Terminators at the end are the same that we see in the box of the Leviathan, because are the same, but they have the weapon option that was the classical ones about the Terminators, so we can see that has been added, and I quite appreciate such thing because at least as a better option. Sincerely, I still prefer to use my conversions about the Space Hulk models and combining of everything, because I modified all of them about the Space Hulk, so to Blood Angels, and sincerely even the ones that I'm still proceeding to modify and so on about the new models, I modified quite a lot, so it's not a problem at all, but it's quite nice that at least there is the box for the classical one, not the set one for now, but they arrive quite close. And sincerely, this it's the model that I like less, because it's about the chaplain, and sincerely I find it really awful. Maybe it's because the painting could be make the something better, but I really don't like. There is something in the positioning, I don't know, there is something that I really don't like. I prefer to take a normal, technically, mod of the Terminator and create the part about the breast with the skeletal parts and so on. Sincerely, I don't like. There is something in this concept, in this model, that make me not appreciate. Maybe the head, I don't know, but still I don't like at all. And then there is the Captain in Terminator armor. This is the same that we see in the Leviathan, but with other bits. So there are quite a lot of options that are available, and this could be quite interesting. Also about the chaplain, you have quite a lot of options, because you've seen also some shield, but even that make not me appreciate it. Here we can see other possibility option to combine. So as you can see, there have been quite a lot of things. And about this, maybe it's not the best of the announcement, but it's something that I quite appreciate, because it means that they're starting to release the models in the Leviathan for sure with the normal boxes for the Minotaurs. Even if I suggest you to buy the collectible, so the ones that collect a lot of units, paying much less, because they are quite expensive, these new Primaris ones. And then always about the Space Marines, we had the new Jum Packs and the new Assault Intercessor with the Jum Packs. So, because there's been removed the Assault Marines, the firstborns with the Jum Packs, so now they had to replace them, and it was really understandable that it was this. About this, sincerely, they are quite nice, but I don't find them so great, because sincerely, to make the same, I could simply take some Interceptor armor and put on it the Jum Pack of the Inceptors, or simply use the Inceptors and use on them the weapons that are from the Assault Intercessors, because the armor is that one, the one of the Inceptors, so it's not something so amazing. What it changes is the melee weapons. Okay, but it's not something that make me really quite appreciate them a lot. They're quite nice, not misunderstand me, they're really quite nice, but okay, there is also the captain that has some new accessories and so on, because for example we have with the mantle and so on, we can see that the arm, it's the one of the Inceptors then, so it's not something that you really need to think about. Okay, there is the fact that you have the option about the Power Fist. Okay, but you had the new Terminators, so you can easily mix them. So okay, it's something, but it's not something that make me interested in spending, because I monetize my model, and so can I simply put them together so that I can change simply the weaponry of the model of the Inceptors. Maybe some personalize a bit of them and so on. Okay, but they are not so attractive in my opinion. To see, anyway, they are good to welcome. We can continue with the Space Marines for Warhammer 40k with the new Codex of the Space Marine and the heroes, so the new captains and lieutenants and so on. Here it's interesting because we can see the cover about the new Codex Space Marines. That sincerely it's nice, but maybe I would have preferred something better, because okay, nice, but I don't know, it's not something that make me so happy to see such cover. It's nice, but maybe it's not so great. Okay, and then we can see that there is the part about the new company heroes. That technically is something that we are yet seeing, because it's something that it's the renewal of the previous company heroes. So the new Vesillari, the the honor guards, and so on. So it's the same simply, but renewed, and it's nice anyway, because there has been the needed. And also here we can see that there are quite a lot of options that we can combine to create. There are also the Stanga veterans. Here we are seeing these models in Leviathan again. Simply there is the part with the standard, but with the various equipment available instead of the basic models. So quite nice. And anyway, we have the personalization much better, so we can simply personalize a lot. Eventually it could be a good way to have some accessories, some change for the intercessors in this case that you want to realize something particular, because you can combine this set with the intercessors ones. So it's not a problem, and if it's a problem, simply cut or monetize as usual. So nice and really understandable. So it's really quite nice. And now how about the Scout Space Marines? Here they made me a bit angry, because I want to remind you that some time ago, literally some month ago, they deleted the models about the Scout, and with them they deleted the datasheets. I'm not about the deleting about the Scouts, because the Scouts are quite old and they needed to be refreshed, really needed, because they were something that I had the same ones since the fourth, and those of the fourth were the same of the third edition, so they're quite a long time old. Still, I didn't like that they deleted the datasheets related. At least they renewed these ones, but because they are the same discount for the firstborns and the primaries, okay. And the models are amazing, sincerely. They are technically the same that we've seen about the scouts, but they are more renewed. I really liked the scouts. I don't like how they make the scout on, so it's that the difference. And as you can see, they have a lot of weapons that we have seen, for example, with the part about the rivers, because the pistons on, or the eliminators with the sniper rifle. So we can see that there are quite a lot of interesting things available, and I quite love such models. The models are perfect. I really like them. What I don't like is how they made the announcements about the model dismissed and so on with the datasheet legated about them. So okay, I'm quite curious about to see also the other models related about the scouts, because they removed also the land speeders. So I'm quite curious if they bring on back the scouts on land speeders with something similar once. I'm not hoping about this literally, but okay. And so I'm quite curious about maybe the scout bikes that they removed. No, okay, but at least I hope that there will be something more other than this related about the scout, because to see all the old models about the scout be removed and not have them make comeback with the new models, it would be quite a lot of pity. Still, there are quite a lot of things that you can create to personalize them, combine, for example, the riders with the body of the scouts and so on, so you can have fun eventually to replenish the missing models. The GW will not understand that they should think about bring them back. And here we can see that GW made a mistake about the background, because they put the Warhammer 40k background on something that it's related about Age of Sigmar. Okay, it's funny. Anyway, there has been the brought about the Trogged King, so Trug, and the mod is really quite nice. It's something that I never play, but it's quite amazing. And as you can see, there is on its back the rune related about, yes, these are related about the Slann. And there are also some skeletons quite intriguing if you think to see about, and it's an amazing mod, really. I quite like a lot about this. And there are a lot of details, I think, that see about the skeletons and so on. This it's something that you can have quite a lot of fun about. But what I'm most interested about is the new book about the DawnBringers, the book 2 that I'll buy because I bought the first one. I made also the review about. So I'm really quite glad to see this one, and I'm quite curious to see how the campaign will progress. Because even if I not play it, the background inside for the first book, I really quite appreciate it. So I'm really quite curious about such. And so there will be a lot of things. I'm quite curious about when they will be released. I think that will be released quite soon. So it's nice, really. And there have been quite a lot of anticipation because we see right now that it will be related about the destruction, the Horus, and so on. So I think that there will be quite a lot of things to see. And associated to the DawnBringer's Crusades, there is the new IronJaws, because I told about the new destruction that there are, and there are, because there are new models. About this, it's really amazing, such art. Moreover, the squig, that it's the main one about this new releasing. Okay, it's a funny joke, but it's really quite nice. And there are quite a lot of amazing details I really like. There are the new brute rangers that are the savages technically, so I quite like, and the models are amazing. The Orcs has improved quite a lot the design with Age of Sigmar, and I quite appreciate. There are also these with brute wreckers that are the same with mask and so on. It's really quite nice. They are really amazing. Here we can see also the new elite models about the Orcs, and also these ones are quite amazing, and they remember me the ones that has been released about the Warcry also in the past, and they are wonderful. It's really something wonderful about this. And the new battletome, the cover, I admit that it's really quite awesome. I quite appreciate a lot such cover, and it's promise quite a lot of battle and destruction, literally. I quite like. Then we move back to the 30k Horus Heresy part about Warhammer 40k. Here we can see different things. The first one that we see is the list about the new Dreadnought, the shooting version. Here, sincerely, I don't like, because it's quite static, and okay, it's a shooting one, so it should not be so dynamic and so on. But it's not so great in my opinion. But at the end, I love the Contemptor, so I can't anything do other than look this one. It's really like I shoot out you, really. There are quite a lot of interesting things about the weaponry and so on, quite nice. And the other thing that has been done is the release about the new armors, or better, the renew of the armor of the MK3. So it's nice, they will come. I don't think that they will need it, but they're nice. They're compatible with the other kits that has been released about the weaponry and so on, so they're perfectly fit on. And you can personalize with the other kits that has been released for the Horus Heresy models, so you can simply personalize based on the chapter that you are interested about. I don't have a lot to say about this, but what it's really quite interesting if that if you have not about such models, I have, so it's not a problem about the tissue. There is the releasing about the new box about such one, so that has this company, so the new MK3, the new Dreadnought, the Raid and so on, and really this could be something that you can think about. This I'm really serious. If it doesn't cost too much, I could think about buying it, because there is the Raid and the Dreadnought that are new. About the infantry, I'm not interested, but it depends all about the prices about such, because it could be really quite interesting. Sincerely, I don't play about Horus Heresy, but the price would change my idea about if it's really worth to buy such or not. And I have Warcry with a new sandbox related about that. It's about the Ogors against the cities of Sigmar. Here, sincerely, I prefer the part related about the Ogors, because it's simply amazing one. Because if you go to see, we can see that each model is individual. It's really amazing. Are wonderful. I love the most of them because they are really fantastic. And I guess them who had the cities of Sigmar models. But when I seen this, the only thing that I thought it's perfect for modern because it was perfect. These are perfect about, and these dogs are amazing. I think that the better dogs you ever released, really quite amazing ones. And then we had also these shiny features that, sincerely, when I seen the first time, I thought that it was a shiny feature for the Subo Reapers, because it's perfect suited. If you go to see about the details, we can see the move on the side, so okay, but it can be really great combined and change modified to prepare for other theme army, and the Subo Reapers are really suited about this. I quite like. And obviously there is also the book about these warband tomes, so that they present such ones. I not buy for sure this one, but the models are something that even if you don't play with Warcry, could be a really great add if you want to create some diorama or so on. So if you're going to play about the City of Sigmar, this could be really amazing included, even if you can't play or so on, but modify to personalize your army are amazing. I really appreciate such ones. Then had the new models about Rubble, about the vampires, and here we can find really quite intriguing part, because the models are simply amazing, and really they needed such renewal, because the old model about the vampires never liked, never, even when they were the really the only ones that available. I prefer to modify the models other than use those models, because they were awful. There are some things that you can modify eventually or so on, and the models are fantastic. The trials, the symbol of simile of the zombies or so on, the vampires are simply amazing ones. Really, also the vampires you could simply change and use them for Age of Sigmar without any problem at all, because they are amazing, really fantastic one. And also the other accessories are nice. If you think about the bats are nice, the coffin and so on are really quite nice. Eventually I want to remember that I made a video about to create a paper coffin, and it's another way eventually. So it's really full of details that are amazing. I'm not sure if I'll buy such ones, because I almost all the boxes for the Undead release for the Blood Bowl, and I'm still modifying them and so on. I bring you the videos step by step, but still it's something that even if I not buy, I can suggest you to use this for some personalization, for some type of things, to create your own models, also for Age of Sigmar. There are a lot of things that could be really quite nice about the Sublight Deredros applied to it, or also other options, so really quite nice. And then had the release about the Warhammer Underworld, the new edition, about the new box. This it's about the Slaanesh part against the Idoneth Deepkin, and it could be really quite interesting, sincerely, because the models are fantastic. Sincerely, I prefer the one related about Slaanesh. They're not the best, maybe, but surely they're quite intriguing ones. But also the ones related about the Idoneth Deepkin, I think about, because if I play the Idoneth Deepkin, I think about buying them, because they're amazing about the mountain stars. Moreover, about such autobus, I think that it's the mascot of such releasing, because it's amazing one. They are really nice. I quite like about them. Even if I don't play, I not buy for sure, but they are really quite intriguing, and they could be a good way to create some additional to your armies for both Slaanesh or the Idol Deepkin, or to create some dioramas or so on. I think that they have quite a lot of potential. And then we have a new model about Oldworld with the Bretonnia. Sincerely, I'm really lost the hope that it will be released this year. I sort of bet to the 2025 as year to be released the Oldworld, maybe 2024 maximum. This year, I don't think that will be released for sure, other than you could think. Or tell me what are your thoughts about the release about the Oldworld. And here has been released. Sincerely, about such model, surely much better than the previous one about the Bretonnia, that it was the standard bearer, that it was awful one. It was a mocking, that model. This it's amazing. The only one that thing that I'm going to criticize is the fact that it's a white model on white background. Make it on a black, make it better, not such one. It's okay. The modern way, it's amazing one. It recalls me a lot about the old Morgana models, but sincerely, When I see this, I thought about Lucrezia Belladonna, and sincerely, I thought about that, about a vampire, because when I see this with the chalice in such a way, I thought about a Lamia, a vampire Lamia, that it was mounted on a sacrilege mount and so on. Really, I thought about that more than about such sick thing as for the Bretonnia. But the model, it's amazing. I really like, and really, this one, even if I'm not interested about the Bretonnia ones, I could buy to modify it, because also the details and so on could be really easily changed in, for example, black flowers and so on, to make a sort of sacrilege one processing on the field. Really, I think that it has quite a lot. And here we can see about the old Morgiana's ones, so I don't have the need to go to take the photos around and so on. So here you can see this, and really, are those models are the same, other than it's missing the weapon. But really, it's amazing. I quite like such mod, and it's something that really quite welcome. That you play Oldworld, that you don't play Oldworld, this is for sure something that it sell quite a lot, because there will be tons of conversion related. And we come back on Horus Heresy with the mod that make me really wonderful, surprised about the releasing of the announcement for the Nova. And here it's something that it's related about Fulgrim. Really, here is the model. It's amazing. I love such model. Okay, it recall a lot about Morati in the semi-god version, so it's really the 17th form, but it's amazing. It's something that you could take and admire without any problem. The amount of details and so on, you could simply use this mod, change the head, and use for other things, because the wings, the tail, and so on, it's full of amazing details. Really amazing. I love such one. The Fulgrim about on foot never liked. Really, I thought that it was really simple, not so great. This it's something that it's fantastic. I love such model. It's really worth. The pity is that it's resin one, and it's really a pity because it's the Fulgrim resin. But the model it's fantastic, really, and I'll have to constrain myself to buy such model, because it's something that it's wonderful, really. Tell me about what you think about such, or if it's not or not your favorite one about the announcements. So what do you say about such releasing to the Nova Open for the 31 August 2023? Because I think that there has been quite a lot of amazing announcements. I made a really fast vlog review about such ones, and I think that there has been quite a lot of amazing releasing. Sincerely, I would have hoped to see also some Flesh Eater Kurz one, because it was needed, but I still hope that it will be for the last one of this year, because maybe for another one of the DawnBringers, because the DawnBringers book one, it was related about the Flesh Eater Kurz, so I hope that there will be anyway something new, maybe a new battletome. There will be quite a lot of need about, also because there are some rumor giants related, but really the models are perfect. I can't say anything about, and they are really great. It's something that make you really appreciate quite a lot of them, not minding the game system that you are going to consider on. They are really quite amazing. Anyway, write in the comment if you think the same or otherwise, because I think that there are quite a lot of things that could be discussed and hoped about. So, from that mode, it's everything. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell so to receive notification about new video, to comment under here about this video, or if you want to suggest me new videos. So, I hope to see you again to the next time.